Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we answer the tough questions like, can you make a Chinese-style barbecue chicken on your Ninja Woodfire? And why did the chickens all try to escape? That one's easy. They were feeling cooped up. I recently took a trip to the Mills Market in Orlando. It's this wonderful food hall, and they have like a dim sum Chinese place there called Kai Kai. In the little window they have is just beautiful barbecue Chinese. They had chicken, they had duck, they had pork, ribs, and they all used this sweet honey barbecue sauce, they said. Basically looked like Char Siu to me, so we're gonna make a Char Siu style chicken in our Ninja Woodfire, see how good it is. And this is what we need to do it. I know it looks like a lot, but most of it is basic stuff that you can get at your local grocery store. Maybe I have the Asian style versions, but they'll have this stuff, most of it, at your local grocery store. The first thing we're gonna start with is a tablespoon of dad dust. It is 50% granulated garlic, 50% granulated onion, and about a pinch of MSG. 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is a very sweet marinade. 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. This is oyster sauce. This is one from the Asian store, but they'll sell it over at your local grocery. It'll probably be in a less Asian looking bottle, but they'll have it. Just has a really awesome taste to it. We're gonna go with 3 tablespoons of this sucker. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is hoisin sauce. A little bit different than oyster sauce. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of this. Some red wine, about 4 tablespoons. Always get a wine that you would be willing to drink if you're gonna put it in your food. Some people will buy the cheapest wine they can to cook with, but if you're not willing to drink it, don't cook with it. This is mirin, it's a Japanese cooking wine. You're supposed to use Shaoxing wine, but I don't have that. This is a pretty good substitute. It's only a tablespoon worth, so it's not a main ingredient, so it's not gonna make a big deal here. This is Chinese 5-spice powder, just a fantastic blend. We are gonna put in a tablespoon of this. The 5 spices are anise, cinnamon, clove, star anise, and ginger. And as if this wasn't sweet enough, we're gonna put in a tablespoon of honey. I'm missing one common ingredient for Char Siu, and that is a fermented red bean paste. I didn't have any, they don't have it at my grocery store, but it's not a wildly important piece. It just helps give it a little bit of natural red color and a little bit of extra umami flavor. But this has so much going on in it, I don't think we're gonna miss it. Speaking of red color, you can do this, you can skip it. If you don't want food coloring in your food, don't put it in. But traditionally, the Char Siu is a very bright red color, and most of the places get that via food coloring. So I'm gonna put a little bit of red food coloring into my marinade. Somewhere around like half a teaspoon or 3/4 of a teaspoon. This is a whole chicken that I broke down into pieces. The breasts have no bones. You could do whatever you want, as much of this or as little of this as you want. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just marinate this, stick it in a Ziploc bag or in a bowl, whatever you want. You just wanna kinda get it covered and getting happy in there. You want it to go for 4 or 5 hours at least. Or if you're like me, you have one of these fancy wet seal Ziplocs, you can use one of these, Ziploc it down and it's ready in like an hour. But I say this is great to do right before you go to work. Get it all done, stick it in the fridge, boom, go to work, come back, marinated chicken. In here, and fibers here. Be careful with this stuff. It will stain the heck out of you if you put red food coloring in it. So, forewarned. Half our marinade.
It's been a few hours. In that time, I made a video on how to make bacon in the Ninja Woodfire. If you're interested, go check it out. So the Woodfire's a little dirty, but let's get it set up for our Char Siu chicken. Some leftover bacon grease in there. Not gonna hurt anything. I'm using some charcoal pellets. I think it's gonna add a nice flavor without competing with the other flavors going on here. So grab your hopper and fill it up with your pellets. Give it the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better, separates the pellets and gives it lots of air and makes it burn better. Or does absolutely nothing and just makes me feel like it burns better. I still do it every time. For this cook, we are going to set it to the air crisp setting. Make sure you turn on Woodfire and do 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Set it for like 50 minutes.
The wood fire's ready. Let's get this chicken on there. I threw a couple probes in there just so I'll be able to kind of keep an eye on them. I didn't want to set it up as a timed cook because it's two separate temperatures and the wood fire won't let me do warnings and shutoffs for two separate temperatures. I want to cook my chicken breast to about 150 Fahrenheit and then let it carry over cook. But the thighs and the dark meat, I want to take those up to like 185 and let them carry over so the collagen really breaks down and they get nice and juicy. At the end, we're gonna baste it with a little bit of honey and water, a little bit of red food coloring, just to give it that really bright, glossy look that you're used to. But I can't wait to try this. It smells really good.
It's been about 10 or 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at these and give them a flip. Ooh, they are looking nice. I'm also gonna check them with my Thermapen just to see kind of where everybody's at. The little tiny wings are pretty much almost done. They're like 170s. The other ones are in the 130s to 140s. So they're gonna have to go for a little bit longer. We'll flip these wings back over in just another minute and then we'll start glazing them. But we need to make the glaze.
I got 5 tablespoons of water in here that I heated up in the microwave for 30 seconds. We're now gonna put about 3 tablespoons of honey in here. The reason I heated up the water is to try and dissolve the honey a little bit. And that's not enough, so we're gonna go ahead and put another one. We're trying to get like a medium consistency, not too thick, not too thin, but something that's gonna at least be brushable. And we're gonna put in just a dab of this red food coloring. Need a bigger container. I'm trying not to get my entire house covered in red food coloring. I'm not doing well. Go with one more. I say I probably could have went with less water to make this a little easier on myself. First time doing this though. Let's take this out there and start brushing.
Let's see how they look. Okay. The little wings are definitely done. The breasts are almost there, and the thigh quarters still have a ways to go. So let's start saucing up the other ones that are good to go. I think my honey mixture is too watery, so I'm just gonna put a bunch of honey in that one, drizzle a little water in, just till it starts to thin out enough to brush. I think it's supposed to be really sticky. Oh yeah. That is more like it. Say these are done. We're reading 160 Fahrenheit on the breast and about 180 on the thigh. We'll let them rest. They should be just about perfect.
That came out better looking than I could have ever hoped for. Look at the texture of that skin. How's it taste? Oh yeah. It has all of those Asian Char Siu flavors I would want. Oh, that's very good. I could have probably gone with a little bit more marinade. Maybe even an overnight marinade would be good because all the flavor is really mainly on the outside. I also think maybe a few minutes on broil would really crisp up the skin. The skin has a familiar feeling to like some of the Chinese chicken where it's not crispy. It's got that like tautness to it, I guess. It's not crispy, it's not rubbery. It's well done, but if you want crispy skin, I think maybe hitting it with a broil at the end would probably really amp it up a notch. But let's see how the breast came out.
Well, that's perfectly cooked. Yeah, very good. If you try to redo this recipe, here's a couple things you need to do. Save some of that marinade, put it to the side and make a sauce out of it. This kind of needs a little bit of a sauce. With a couple tweaks, the marinade, saving some of that and making a sauce out of it, and hitting this in the broil at the end to crisp up the chicken, and that's a winner. I mean, I'm gonna eat that. It's delicious as is. But those would take it just over the top. So if you are enjoying this content, please do the likey, subscribe stuff. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. Members get 24-hour early access to videos, shout outs, producer credits, all kinds of fun stuff. But if you can't be a member, just subscribe. That would really help me out. With all that out of the way, I guess there's only one question left to answer. Why are some chickens treated better than others? The pecking order. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, make a pretty good Chinese chicken in the Ninja Woodfire. But one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.